Welcome back. It is time to talk about Colorado and their long list of ballot measures. Let's begin. So, Colorado has a long streak of ballot measures, but I'm hoping we can wing it, just like we winged California. Probably take a half hour, but we'll do it. So we got to talk about some important ballot measures, though. But starting off with the Colorado Amendment G, and you'll see that an overwhelming majority voted to modify veteran tax exemption. So this amendment would expand the eligibility of the property tax exemption to include disabled veterans who are unable to work, not just veterans with 100% permanent disability. Now, here's my problem with that. I don't think we should be rewarding people because they're disabled. Okay? I don't think that's ethical. I don't think that is right. I've mentioned on this channel, in my description once, that I am autistic. And therefore, I do receive some accommodations. But do I believe that I need people to bow down to me because of my disability? I even have a service dog. A lot of people don't know this. I'm starting to release a lot of information about myself. But yes, I do have a service dog because I do have an underlying health condition. So there again, and I'm speaking out as a disabled person with a service dog. This is unethical. This is unrealistic. You cannot just go and give tax exemptions to people because they are disabled. Realistically, these disabled veterans, they are receiving Social Security services. Why should they get a tax exemption? That doesn't make sense. Okay? That really doesn't make sense. But apparently, the left has mobilized the issue of veteran affairs and all that stuff. And they're saying if you don't give veterans or disabled veterans a tax decrease, then you must not appreciate their service. No, that is absolutely not true. And you'll see what they always do this. They make this an emotional thing. They equip this argument with emotion. This is how Democrats play, guys. No, because you can always find a reason for one group to have a tax exemption. This is ridiculous. Disabled veterans, overwhelming majority of them, are receiving Social Security benefits, and I'm not against that. I receive Social Security benefits, believe it or not. I'm not against it at all. And the whole Republicans want to take away Social Security benefits, social services. No, that's not true. And if we did do that, that would be very stupid. I mean, look at that. 73% just want to give veterans a tax exemption. I'm saying right now that's unethical. That is unrealistic. We shouldn't do that. Because then again, this goes in line with the whole reparation thing. We should give money to all African Americans for the cruelty of the U.S. government and just, of course, white Americans did to them for all these years. Well, you can expand that argument to Native Americans. I'm a Catholic American. I'm a German Catholic. Should I argue that should I press and say that all Catholics should get reparations for how they were mistreated by the Native movement that was controlling the United States? No, it's over. It's done. It's done. The United States apologized to these groups, and guess what? History was made. We got a Catholic president, 2 Catholic presidents. We got an African American president. If representation doesn't even matter, you got Hispanics even working in the government. You got Muslims working in the government. And all these groups just want more and more and more and more. It will never be enough. You thought we would never hear about this again after Martin Luther King Jr. and the, of course, the Civil Rights Amendment? Nope. The people, you boomers out there, not an insult, by the way, that thought this was going to end. Ha! No, this is just who they are. They just want more and more and more and more. And if they didn't ask for more and more and more and more, BLM wouldn't exist. They want racism to exist. That is their whole point of their existence. Because if racism doesn't exist, then BLM doesn't exist. So it's up to BLM to create these stupid scenarios and point fingers like this Penny scenario. This Mr. Penny down in New York subway was defending himself from an illegal immigrant that was threatening him. They're crying, racism, because the illegal immigrant happens to be African American. You know what? He was threatening him with a knife and other passengers, so he dragged him and punched him and trying to get the knife out of his hands. So far, this is horrible. This is racism, because you can't defend yourself against a person of color. How ironic. So this whole veterans getting tax exemptions, no. If this thing was in front of me, I would say no, screw it, no. Because then again, why aren't we getting tax exemptions? Why can't the average American get tax exemptions? Nope, the big government says no. Only these tiny little communities get tax exemptions. And if there was ever a tax exemption for disabled people, like autistic people, I would be like, no, that's discriminatory. That's favoritism, and I would be against it. Morally. So that is Amendment G, a woke amendment. Create a judicial oversight board. Amendment H. In this amendment, you'll see, this amendment would establish an independent commission responsible for holding disciplinary hearings for judges and justices. Okay, I would say, this is another woke amendment. It's then again holding judges accountable. The left hasn't been in a trend lately where they're trying to strip judges of their power. You know what they're trying to do with the Supreme Court right now? No secret here. Same deal with Colorado. And here's the thing. The judges in Colorado are all Democrats, but they still want to control, make sure they're ultra woke. You'll see, look at all these patterns. Democrat counties strongly favor this. One county, Baca County, a Republican county, saying no. Pitkin County, a county, I want to believe, is it a Democrat county? Well, I guess this isn't all partisan, so I can't really say that's the case. You'll see a lot of red counties did vote in favor of this. But then again, I wouldn't say this is a woke ballot measure. I guess I was being emotional, I'll admit it. But, yes, you see, I guess this trend that's been going on differently about controlling judges, because the narrative has been that judges are corrupt. Judges are biased. Of course they're biased. They're human beings. But then again, they have to be trustful. We didn't create the system. The United States government did. And this has always been. This is democracy. Since the beginning of democracy in the ancient ages, this is democracy. If you hate democracy, then they want to surgicalize democracy like they perform surgeries on transgender kids or kids that turn them into transgender. That's not how it works. But yes, you'll see that amendment, create a judicial oversight board, more, of course, control on these judges, as you should know, and bail in first-degree murder cases. Okay. All right. Now, this is garbage. 68%. Okay, hang on. End bail. So, good. First off, I support this. Bail shouldn't exist, right? Bailing out. Because, ideally, it says this amendment would create an exception to the right to bail for those facing such murder charges. So, the right to bail. What? So you're saying that we can bail them out, even though it says end bail in first-degree murder cases. Exception to the right to bail for those facing such murder charges. This is ridiculous. If you're telling me right now that a murderer can be bailed out. Well, you literally see the murder happen in front of your eyes, goes to jail, and he comes back out because it was bailed out. This is a homicidal maniac. This is ridiculous. Colorado, what are you doing? And every county is supporting this. Maybe I'm not understanding it all the way, but to see how the patterns are going, you're seeing woke counties. Pitkin County? I don't know what's up with Pitkin County. Where's Pitkin County? Where is... Okay. It's Gunnison County. Oh, Pitkin County's right here. It's a very woke county, by the way. Very liberal. Yeah, this is a woke... This is absurd. And then you got the county going against it. That is Baca County once again. Baca, 51%. Standing against it. Good. But it's still very close to, of course, succeeding. So now it says, Amendment J says, remove same-sex marriage ban from Constitution. This is stupid. This is absolutely stupid. It's gone already. That Hodges decision, whatever it's called, it succeeded. It's obviously, and now it's the only problem is it's in the Constitution. So, do we have to waste millions of dollars taxpayer dollars, by the way, to create this stupid initiative? 64.3% of Coloradans say yes to removing the offensive slur off the Constitution. No, 35.7%. Obviously, these no people have common sense. Most of them, I would hope, some of them would protest the fact that they're using taxpayer dollars, your taxpayer dollars, to create this stupid initiative. Just saying. The measure that says yes, Pitkin County. I don't know what you would expect more from Denver, but Pitkin County. There has to be a university in Pitkin. I know this video is going to be long. There's a lot to talk about. There's an abortion measure in Colorado also. So I asked to bear with me. But yeah, so it included Glenwood Springs, micropolitan area, which includes Springs, statistical. I don't care. Let's see. I want university. There's no university? What the heck? Yeah, I favored Republicans. Yeah, 71%. 75% for Joe Biden 2020. There has to be, there's no ethnic group in this said county. I don't know what the problem is. It's not urban. Let's see. Aspen. Look at this. All white. That's all farmland. That's all rural. It's probably Rockies. But yeah, this county has 17,000 people. There has to be some sort of institution, or it's just like Colorado has become, so many Californians moved there. But yes, Pitkin County, 84% in support of this stupid ballot measure that's a waste of tax-paying dollars. Yeah. El Paso, why? Like, Wild, you're ridiculous. Okay. All right. Who voted no? Cheyenne. Okay, it's mainly over here. This is Baca, Kiowa, Cheyenne's right here. 79% based. Okay, so Amendment K, set early deadline for ballot initiative signatures. So set an early deadline. And guess what? Election integrity wins in this election. Thankfully, 55.2% say no, because this amendment would make the deadline to submit ballot measure signatures 1 week earlier. Wow, how manipulative. These woke Colorado people, and thankfully, said, in this case, these ballots, the people of Colorado noticed this. They're like, no way, sir me. And they go and they vote against it, which is amazing. You'll see Broomfield voted against it barely. Just less than a point. Lapata, supported it. Even San Miguel, another Democrat stronghold. Pitkin County still at it, 60%. Let's see. The one that voted against it most is Cheyenne, sharing that record with Baca County. The one that voted yes is Boulder County, the one obviously that holds Boulder, Colorado. Pretty left-wing county, if you do ask myself. Right to an abortion, here we go again. And didn't they have this before Roe v. Wade overturned? Yes, that's right. They had a ballot measure that was taken before Roe v. Wade was overturned, and it succeeded. Kinda. It was more closer, but now that Roe v. Wade's gone, we better go out and vote. Like, the issue, Colorado was, in Colorado, you have the right to abort your baby at 9 months! Just like Minnesota. Am I surprised? No. Colorado's gone so far left. So far freaking left. It's not even funny. I'll remind you all, Colorado's more left than Illinois. Illinois has common sense. You got Chicago voters coming out, and they're voting against the Democratic Party because of their self-interests. That's base. That's good. We should never, ever condemn that. Coloradans, you got so many illegal immigrants in there, and it doesn't even move it moves 1 point to the right. These are I'm telling you, all these Californians moved to Colorado. Oh, we just hate the sunshine. No, it's not that. It could be that. You can't convince me it's Gavin Newsom. That's BS. BS. Gavin Newsom's not the problem because you embrace Gavin Newsom's ideology in Colorado. But yes, obviously, this no need to go over it. It gives you the right to an abortion. Obviously. Pitkin County solidifying its lead at 82%. The no, Cheyenne. Good job, Cheyenne. 79%, although no one really lives there. I'm just being completely honest. School choice in K-12 education. Okay. You gotta be kidding me. Oh, wait, hang on. Yeah, you gotta be kidding me. Why do we say no? We, as a party, stand for school choice. We have Republican counties. Baca, how dare you? You did so good. You did so good. It says, this amendment would establish the right to school choice for students from kindergarten to 12th grade, which would include charter and private schools and homeschooling. Say yes, because our schools have gone so deranged, guys. They care more about indoctrinating people and spreading their left-wing lunatic ideology instead of actually helping these kids succeed. I see this little goofball, this white dude for Kamala Harris supporter. She lost. I just want the kids. I love them so much. If you really respected the kids, you would respect their families and respect the fact that you're not mom, you're not a dad. You are the kid's teacher. Back off. You're a creep, and you should probably be fired because this is releasing your information, personal information, should remain confidential, by the way, onto a minor. That should be considered predatory. But I'll guarantee you, if that was a ballot measure, Colorado would strike it down because Colorado is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. It's the Florida of basically the Florida. Obviously, it was a swing state, just like Florida. And then suddenly, just like that, snap, it becomes so left-wing. It's just ridiculous. And honestly, you know what? Nothing can trade us for Florida. I'm guessing, and they're salty. Colorado has 10 electoral votes. Florida, 30. But yeah, 20 times. That's better. 20 more Colorado. I would say 2 more Colorados to make Florida. But we'll see. Ooh. The counties that voted no, obviously Boulder County. Boulder and Denver was kind of close, 2 of them. Those more urban areas, you'll see. they are so the urban areas where the teaching establishment is, they're so dead set of making sure that there is no such thing as school choice. There's no such thing as parents' rights. So, and that's where all they come from, these urban, suburban areas. And even in rural areas, obviously, you have even Coya County joining in. It's just so sad. We need school choice. We need parents. But yes, Montrose, good job. We're looking at this side now. Montrose County, 63%. This was a disappointing ballot measure that totally, absolutely was initiated by the teachers union, no doubt about it. Retain access sports betting tax revenue. Boy, okay, this is another partisan. So this proposition would let the state keep sports betting proceeds beyond the previous approved limit of $229 million instead of refunding that money to casinos. So basically it's saying sports betting, they have the right to keep the money because absolutely they received the money, right? That's an argument that's hard to beat. I'm going to tell you that. But the casinos, and obviously small businesses in these casino industries, they're like, we need that money. But then again, Coloradans, they'll go and average people will say, did they earn the money? They did. So this is kind of hard to argue against. You'll see the county that voted most for it, Boulder County, very liberal. County that voted no, Washington, right up here. But I do think it's weird that most liberal counties support that. Then again, I think it's more of a small business thing. It's kind of weird. And something that I don't totally get. Proposition KK. Let's go ahead and see what this is about. Wow, okay, this is another weird map. This proposition would authorize a tax on, gun and ammunition dealers in order to fund mental health services for veterans and at-risk youth. Now, why do you put that in there? It's kind of hard to vote yes, to vote no. Because then again, there's something about mental health, I believe, especially with suicide. But do you have to... This is what they're trying to do. They're trying to manipulate this. Tax on gun ammunition dealers. This is trying to stop, as you know, and infringe on the First Amendment, on the Second Amendment. Clearly. Look at this map. Yep, you'll see a huge sweep of orange representing the no's. So yes, there's parts of Colorado that are safe. Sagachi County, Pueblo County, El Paso, Douglas County, even says yes. Grand County, even areas. Let's see if there's any areas like, yeah, Adams County to a point was close. Of course, Pitkin saying yes, no more guns for you. Let's go ahead and see 75% Boulder. No. Cheyenne, 87%. Yes, you'll see Baca County is back in the game. Yeah, it's absolutely... We came out close, but still, Colorado's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. All the anti-gun Democrats of California walked and trot all the way to California, to Colorado. Take a look at Garfield. This is a county that voted for Trump in 2016. It was a swing county. And a county that barely voted for Kamala Harris, should I mention. And you're telling me this is rejecting the Second Amendment. But then again, you got to remember, they want funds for mental health services and veterans at risk youth, meaning I want to believe like mental health, suicidal young people that are dealing with suicide. And again, it's an issue I strongly approve of, but do you think we should take something so sensitive like the Second Amendment, a right cherished by so many Americans, and make it and turn mental health into a political issue. That's suppression, really. They're trying to turn an emotional situation like mental health into politics, and that's not right. This is Colorado. I don't know if you're Colorado. You might just be as bad as, in my opinion, California. Like, look at that. Okay. So, prohibit big cat trophy hunting, whatever that will be. Let's see what that is. This proposition would make it a crime to hunt mountain lions, lynx, and bobcats. Oh, of course, yep. Good news. That did not pass, obviously. Okay. So here's the thing. A lot of Americans believe in hunting. Americans love hunting. And I can guarantee you someday there's going to be one woke movement coming out to stop killing geese, stop shooting bobcats and mountain lions and deer. Stop shooting that. Stop calling it a sport. The vegans are already doing that, and they're going to make it an animals' rights movement. You just watch, buckle up. But thank goodness, Colorado, and it will become that way if this trend continues, and it does not look like it's stopping anytime soon. This woke trend, they'll reject it. But it looks like the only thing they rejected this time around was this woke animal rights bill, which is prohibiting a big cat trophy hunting, meaning making it illegal to hunt any sort of large and domestic cat, being like a lynx or a bobcat, or mountain lions. And it turns out that was rejected. And it's a popular sport in Colorado. Colorado is a big hunting state, although it's a big gun control state, may I add, so I don't know how that will work out. Maybe that's why there was over like 45% of people that rejected that stupid ballot measure. But you'll see, there are definitely woke people. I mean, Pitkins knew that it was woke, and they rejected it, 55%. Good. I mean, it was one of the wokest counties in this series so far. 91% Rio Blanco saying, okay, yeah, you're going way too far. Rio Blanco, yes, is going to be Boulder, and it's all urban there. It's not like they have areas or hunters going around. I bet there's people that go into Grand or Weld counties to go and hunt. But then again, the emotion takes over everything. At the end of the day. So, yeah, that's that. Proposition 128, delay parole eligibility for violent offenders. Delay the parole. Now, this is something that's saying, and it looks like that it succeeded, and I absolutely support it. This proposition would require an offender convicted of certain violent crimes, including second-degree murder, first-degree assault, class 2 felony kidnapping, or sexual assault, to serve at least 85% of their sentence before becoming eligible for parole. The current requirement is 75%, so we'll increase it by 10%. And I'm saying, yes, there's no reason why we can't increase it a little bit. You know why? If there's too much offenders in Colorado, and there are a lot of offenders in Colorado, we have so many, and I can't say all illegal immigrants are offenders, but there's a lot that are. We do not know who they are, and we are seeing cases every day in Colorado that's the case. We have acts of terrorism. Taking over apartment buildings in Aurora, Colorado is an act of terrorism. It's an act of kidnapping. Because you are holding the people there hostage. You can let them go, but they can legally say that they've been kidnapped. Well, the definition of kidnapping is to be held against your will, right? Held somewhere against your will. Now, isn't that being in prison? Yeah, but that's the law. They have the authority to take you. That's the law. They define what kidnapping is, basically. And they have to have authorization to do that. But when you have individuals that go in, so you don't know. Maybe they let them out, but really? If you're going to take over an apartment building, someone's home, by the way, do you think you're really going to be caring about the people there? I walk into someone's home. Am I going to care? If I really cared, I wouldn't have barged into your home. Just saying. Boulder County, obviously, don't go to Boulder. Don't go to Boulder County. They're cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. 53% say yes. No. They should be released onto the streets. Sure, it's 75%. Why should we increase it to 85%? I'm telling you. Maybe going hard on crime more will actually help and fix your problem. But no. Elbert County is in support of this ballot measure, 75%, wherever that may be on the map. Regulate veterinary profession. Okay, this was a more compatible. And you'll see that it most likely in this look is very nonpartisan. You'll see different parts that blue counties and red counties voting together. Yes or no. 52.8% managed to support this ballot measure. You guys see, you'll see that counties like Pickens County, along with let's see if there's a red county. Yes, this county right here, Delta County. They vote in support of this ballot measure. Counties that are against it, like we've been talking about Baca, and then here's Boulder County. They support this ballot measure. They are against it. Interesting. Very interesting. But let's see who supported this ballot measure the most. Pitkin is saying, yes, we should regulate. So this proposition would establish a veterinary professional associate profession, setting qualifications and making it a crime to practice veterinary medicine without being registered with a state board. Now, this obviously is interesting. Making it a crime to practice without being registered with a state board. So it's maybe saying, okay, maybe it's a little too strict. What if we made a mistake? Oh, you're going to jail. So it's kind of controversial. Pitkin supported it. Who didn't support it? Baca, 70%. So it's kind of interesting. I don't know where I would vote. I honestly don't know. I'd probably say no, just for the fact that, hey, you know what? I think we need transparency. On top of that, veterinary, practice veterinary medicine without being registered. I don't know. I honestly do not know. That's not the thing I think about and concerned about. Expand the funding for law enforcement, thankfully. And this is interesting. You got woke places, though. Actually, no. Baca, once again, saying no, don't fund law enforcement. Really? Well, actually, here's the funny thing. We got actually blue areas supporting this ballot measure. You got Arapahoe and you got Adams County, and they're part of the Denver Metro, right? But you also got Boulder County saying no, and you got Pitkin County saying nope, no, don't fund the racist please. But mostly you got suburban Adams and Arapahoe County, even Jefferson County, very suburban, supporting it. That's very good. Then you also got these whippersnackers voting against it. Washington, Kit Carson County, and Baca. I'm like, what the heck? I guess there's low turnout over there, but I don't know why their reason is. I'm guessing it's more of a tax issue for them. But 64% saying yes in Elbert County. Elbert, right here. It's the most conservative there. Voting no is going to be Boulder. Boulder, Boulder, Boulder. Nope, nope, nope. The crime here is just fine. We don't need it to be better. Just leave it be. Don't touch our don't make our city better. We want it to be a cyst hole. Like, literally. And we are talking about a lot. Law enforcement. And then there's creating new election processes. No ended up winning. Like, what do you mean? Actually, this is good, actually. Now I'm looking at it. This proposition will allow top 4 primary elections and ranked choice voting. Good thing we voted against it. In general elections for House, Senate, Governor, and other races. Thank you. We voted no. Thank you. We don't need Colorado to go ranked choice. Boulder said no. Pitkin County said no. I'm thankful for this result. And ultimately, Denver was mostly in support of this measure. For once, they're voting the more wokest. Voting against it, you'll see, is Cheyenne County. Right up here. 75%. I'm glad we got something out. We rejected ranked choice voting in Colorado. We don't need that. We don't need a top 4 primary system in Colorado. We don't need this like Alaska. That's ridiculous. We don't need it like California, Washington. Louisiana is skeptical. They have the top 4 primary system also. But it's just ridiculous. We should have partisan primaries. A party should have the right to choose choose their candidates without the other party meddling in. It's just ridiculous. And I'm not advocating for closed primaries, by the way. I'm just saying, let's not have an at-large partisan race. It's just for the nominating. And then you get weird results. A Democrat versus the Democrat in a general election, in which I oppose. That's what California is. And a lot of Democrats would say the same thing in Louisiana. A Republican and a Republican going at each other in Louisiana. I understand that, and I'm against it. But anyway, what do you guys think? I think this is all we have. But anyway, what do you guys think in regards to our long list of ballot measures, from guns to abortion, gay marriage, law enforcement, taxes? Let me know down below. And as always, I'll see you all in the next political episode.